Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be taking the original Chaos deck, or at least that's what I like to call it, because this is what I believe to be the best version of the deck. Now there's obviously lots of different variants. There's like a Synchro version, like Xyz, Mitsurugi, and probably the most popular one is Dark Magician. And actually, like I've seen a lot of like Dark Magician builds with Chaos, and they look really good. I still don't think they're better than this version, but regardless, they're very powerful. And people are playing 60 with it. So I don't know if that's like a thing or what exactly. If you're a Dark Magician player, let me know. Um, yeah, so I don't know who actually came up with the idea that this deck bricks, because it just doesn't. This is not the deck that bricks. The decks that brick are the different versions where I'm playing like Xyz version, the Synchro one bricks sometimes, and the one with the Dark Magician cards as well, with like the vanilla Dark Magician and like the new where is it? The new spell, this one. They were bricking for some reason. I don't know if it's a problem with the shuffler or what exactly, but this deck, this is the original deck, it doesn't brick. This deck doesn't brick. And if you quote unquote brick, there's a difference between brick and having no plays. If you have no plays, you can literally open Nibiru, like Chaos, Multiplying Karibo, this, and like, not Grifo, like a Harmonia. That is not a brick. Sure, you have no plays on turn one, yes, but if you go if it's like if the opponent is going first, you are gonna have Harmonia, you're gonna have Nib, you're gonna have Multiplying Karibo. This is gonna get you like your engine as well. You can discard this with the Harmonia after you go pack bit, you get access to your engine. Like there's so many ways to like access engine, especially going second, and that's like the goal of the deck. It's a turn zero deck, right? You don't care about going first. And you're gonna have so many interruptions that you're gonna have more interruptions than if you had full comboed, quote unquote, right? So going Resonator and all that doesn't actually matter. Don't play like these stupid consistency cards. They're just worthless. They're not useful at all. Trust me. It locks you into Dark Synchros, and like the only thing you can summon is like the Crimson King, which does nothing. Also as the Grifo, which is the other cards doing anyway. And the Crimson, what do you call Crimson Call is also a break in your hand, unless you have a way to summon specifically the Crimson King, which requires Albaz, which again, you're just better off summoning 3 Brave Sword Souls, which accesses Engine anyway. So yeah, we're not gonna yap about that today. I'll leave that for a different day when I, make like maybe a tutorial on how to play the deck in the future. But for now, I'm gonna actually be showing 2v2s. I actually do enjoy 2v2s a lot. And there's like some really good replays with some crazy interactions and stuff. So you guys, I think we'll definitely enjoy that. And yeah, I don't think there's much to talk about the deck. You guys have seen this deck in action. You know how just insane it is. And yeah, let's hop into some replays. Now, I need to actually say that I genuinely think this is a tier 1 deck. Like, this is just so broken beyond belief. This deck is honestly unbelievable. If you have played this deck, you know what I'm talking about. Now, okay, let's see what the opponent is playing. Opponent is actually on the Dark Magician build that I was talking about. Look at this. He's playing, okay, what the hell is Ornament? I'm not sure what he's doing with this. Oh, okay, I get it. So he summons Dark Magician and then goes into Demon. Makes sense. So it's a 60 build. I don't think that's the best way to play the deck, but, his deck's actually very powerful. And you can see, like, his hand looks also disgusting. Open this, and open this. And has Soul Servant. That's pretty good. He's going first here. We have Harmonia, Multiplying Karibo, Punishment, Albaz. This is perfect hand. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You guys say this this is bricky? What do you even, like? Do you even know what brick is? Does this look like a brick to you? No, it doesn't. So he's gonna use the Swordsman. We're gonna activate Multiplying Karibo. He's gonna add a Chaos, and then send the Ritual of Light and Dark, and then he's gonna add the Magician, and then he's gonna add back the Swordsman, and then summon the Dark Magician here. Set a Magician's Salvation, go into D-Mod. Now I can activate Harmonia. So reason I didn't activate this and I activated Harmonia instead is because the trap card is an issue, right? If I literally saw him add back the Swordsman, and I know he has this because he also added this. So if he ritual summons this, and then like I try to do something, he activates Mind Shuffle, spins it back, summons this, and this is gonna destroy me. This is non-target, banish 2, right? I can't let that happen. So I need to go Harmonia now to pop this and then send this back to the hand so he doesn't have this play and I can continue doing more turn 0 plays, right? We have obviously so many turn 0 plays. Like, this is how you're supposed to play the deck. Otherwise, you'd have, like, you know, consistency cards in your hand and he puts up, like, this insane board, which you automatically lose to. What are you going to do? Normal summon the Soul Resonator and then get impermed, dropleted. Literally any interruption in the game stops it, you lose. So this is the best way to play the deck, obviously. So we're gonna spin this back, and we also chain the Thunderbolt because he had a monster summoned from the extra deck. So this is my chance to actually do this. Now maybe I could have waited on the Thunderbolt because I also knew he had this, so he can just banish this face down. So he's gonna activate. We're gonna add Grifo, and then he does actually banish it face down. Yep. Now we're going to activate Grifo. He activates the curtain to summon, and then he adds a circle, I think. So we're going to set a Mind Shuffle, and then we have also a Luster Soldier play. So we're going to send Chaos, send this. This is going to access our engine. Look at this. So we had only Albaz as like a, you know, consistency card. Look what we just did. We put up all these interruptions on. By the way, this is still turn 0. We access engine with the multiplying Karibo. We access engine with the Grifo here after we added it. You can see, like, we have these engraved. That's literally just engine plus Mind Shuffle. And this is, yeah, exactly what you need. So I actually need to stop the Dynamundo here because he's spinning it back. I need to summon the Luster Soldier and then banish this so he doesn't revive this on the following turn. Or, like, revive the... there's a Ritual Chaos Max, or whatever it's called, which is super toxic. I guess he's not playing it, but if he was, Dynamundo would be a real threat. Because he can ritual summon it, especially with, like, the Secrets of Dark Magic. And then he can get it engraved, and then use Dynamundo on the following turn to revive it, and then activate its effect, and then you're locked out of monster effects for the rest of the turn. It's really quite toxic, so I need to do this now to banish this. And yeah, that's pretty much it for our turn 0 plays. We're gonna stop here. He has one unaffected monster to out, multiplying Karibo, which is, you know, you have to out this card. This card's gonna go plus 1 million if you don't on every turn. And then the Harmonia as well. Otherwise, we also still have Albaz, we have Thunderbolt, and we have Harmonia in hand. So that's quite powerful. Also, I chose to spin back the Thunderbolt instead of this, because even though Punishment is banished face down forever, because I already have a Harmonia in hand, so I don't really need this. This can actually summon itself from the hand, which means I can use it for, like, a Link summon later, or do something better with it, because Harmonia can only trigger if the opponent activates a monster effect, right? So he's gonna go Magician's Souls, he's gonna send 2, draws a pre-prep. Wow, okay, that's a very good draw, actually. Summons the Luster Soldier, banishes our Luster Soldier, and then summons the unaffected monster. This card's so broken. And then he summons a Bow and passes. So I actually thought he... Where is the Chaos? The Ritual Monster? It's in deck. Okay. I thought he actually added it. I was not paying attention here. I had to do something real quick. And it's not even my turn. It's my teammate's turn. So he actually adds Grifo, which I did not see. So I thought he had the Ritual all along here. Let's see what happens. So he's going to summon Regenesis. I obviously do help out my friend here. I tell him to, you know, do a couple things. So I tell him to save this because I thought he had Dark Magician in the graveyard, which he can revive with the Eternal Soul. And then goes Dark Magical Circle, banishes a card that we control. Otherwise, I thought he had the Ritual, which he has Grifo for, what? Like Mystic Box, I guess? Actually, not sure why he didn't set the Mystic Box. I guess he was waiting for me to, like, out something so he can set Chaos Hats instead. I think it still would have been worth it to just set the Mystic Box here. Yeah. Anyways, so this card can actually, if you control a 2500 original attack and defense, you can target a card the opponent controls and banish it. And if you control the Lord, which is this one, you can actually banish 2 cards. So because I thought he has Dark Magician, we wanted to out the Eternal Soul. Otherwise, if going back, if I actually looked at his graveyard and I was not busy doing something, ideally he would banish the Mind Shuffle and the Abow. Actually, would we hit the Luster Soldier instead? Nah. I don't think we would, because I thought he has the ritual, which he can just spin this back, right, and then summon the other ritual. So he had to summon the Sage first, so he can check this instead, in the case where he wants to spin this back. And then this would actually destroy him, which is why initially I did not even tell him to target like the trap card, because if he activates it, gets popped and negated. So we target these two. He activates a bow to revive. We just negate this. Cool. And then this is banished. And then okay, so he made a misplay here. I didn't have time to tell him. He attacked really fast. I told him to attack over him because he is a real threat on the following turn. This guy cannot be destroyed by battle. So he has Nib. He goes into Typhon, which actually like kind of like I guess compensates the misplay, because now he can't actually activate any of these. But still, it's quite bad. We're in a bad spot here. He's playing Floowandereez, has Call By, my most hated card ever. I told you guys, like, Call By is always in everyone's hand when I'm playing, for some reason. I just don't know why. So, you can see, like, he banishes my resources, because my resources are, like, what's important in these duels, because, you know, Chaos is too powerful. You need to get rid of the, where is it, the Skull Archfiend from the grave. You need to get rid of the Ritual of Light and Dark, and basically anything else that remains, like Grifo, for example, so that if I get this in grave again, I can't add back the Grifo. So you can see, like, they always try their best to, like, get rid of these cards. I think he also, like, his friend shuffled back some of my cards with the Chaos. Yeah, he shuffled back my Chaos, I think. Yeah. Which is the correct play. That's what you want to be doing. So he nibs here. We know these are unaffected, but this is probably the best chance to nib before he like does something else. And then he's gonna banish us because now we don't control Typhon. He's gonna attack. That's a lot of damage. And then he's gonna pass. So he's gonna activate. I told him not to activate this, but it was a bit too late. Reason is because he actually has these spells engraved which can activate. So this can add one of them back to the hand. So I can add like this one to the hand, and I can use this one to summon like this. That's just an example. Ideally, I would actually do it the other way around. So I would summon this, so I can pop one of his back rows, and then like summon this as well. So I have a negate. This has to send a Regenesis card. Oh, it says other. Okay, how about this? Tribute this card. Okay, so you can actually only use one of them, which is fine. I think it's still worth it to like get this and like pop one of his back rows. But yeah, he adds them back to the hand in the end phase, so we don't even have that play. We have to just rely on our deck here. So we top deck a Fallen of the Virtuous. This is our previous hand. We're gonna activate Fallen of the White Dragon. We need to send the Albion to the grave. This is gonna be very handy here. And then we're gonna summon a Ecclesia from the deck. We're gonna go into 3 Brave Sword Souls again. Reason why this card is so good. Look at this. Look at this. He added a Cartesia, which is going to access our Chaos and Engine. And we're also going to out his unaffected monster here. So we're going to negate it. So reason this actually gets destroyed is because it gets negated and then destroyed. Which means something, you know, where is it? I'm trying to say that this, if it wasn't able to be like targeted, you can't do this. But in this case, we can, because he can be targeted. And this is like comparing it to this card. And this also negates it, so if it cannot be destroyed by card effect, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why my brain played tricks on me. So if it can't be destroyed by battle, card effects, you can just negate it and then destroy it. And this is very important, because the order in which it does this effect makes a lot of difference. So he's gonna activate his trap card. We're gonna chain summon Granganol so that we can send Chaos, and then we're gonna activate Harmonia. Now Harmonia doesn't pop because I actually don't have enough synchros in my graveyard. So I actually just sent the Ecclesia. That's why I activated it in the first place. Because we already have Albion in grave. So he's gonna tribute our monster here because he has the winds, and then we're gonna activate Chaos. This all just doesn't matter here. I'm actually not sure why he didn't use Call By. Okay. So we're gonna activate, I guess, okay. He didn't want to use Call By because this sends for cost. So, you know, adding a ritual doesn't matter too much to him. And he can't like Call By this, right? But I guess he could have called by this. Actually, the called by on this would have been good because I don't have anything else to add with the ritual. So yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't do that actually. So we're gonna activate the Ecclesia to spin back his back row, and then he uses called by on it. Not really ideal. You want to call by something else, which is the Chaos here. And then we're going to summon this in defense. Very important because this is going to be negating everything in attack position. We're going to actually add back our friend's card. And then we're going to activate the effect to banish this face down so we can summon an attack. I forget about Harmonia's effect. We can't activate the D-mod, but it's fine. And then we're going to shuffle back his resources here. So you can see he has a Grifo in the grave and the Chaos, which we shuffle back. I don't bother with this ritual spell because he has 3 of them in the grave. And I think we banish, we return our Luster Soldier back, was it? Which was banished, yep. And then he is gonna add the card that we just shuffled back, and then we're gonna banish his trap card face down, face up, with the with our friend's spell. And then look at this display. This display is actually really cool. So I'm gonna attack over him. This doesn't matter, just attacks from battle damage. We're gonna crash, and then we're gonna activate Fallen the Virtuous to revive the opponent's Luster Soldier, which is why I wasn't too worried, because now we can just banish this, which is huge, and then attack over this, and then attack for 45. Cool. And then we can add back the Cartesia, and then I don't think we bother adding back the Ecclesia because we can just use this to revive as well. And I know he doesn't actually have anything in hand, so his top deck is Grifo. I think he said his PC like crashed or something, and he doesn't actually. I don't think he has a target for the Grifo because the trap card was banished. I think he only plays 1. You know what? How about we actually check just to make sure? Let's see how many traps he's playing. So he is playing only 1 trap. Yep. So he basically loses here. He just can't do anything. I shuffled back all his resources, and he has a dead Grifo in hand. So yeah, that's just GG. Computer crashed at a very convenient time. Okay, so we are going first. This guy is on Sky Striker, I want to say. Okay, what the hell? Anyways, these are the same guys, by the way. Just a different duel. So we're going to do this in the draw phase. And then we're going to activate the ritual spell, add back the Grifo. We're going to activate the ritual spell, tribute the Grifo, and then we're going to add back the ritual spell, and then go into D-mod. And then we're going to add the Gaze of Timaeus. You know, sometimes you actually just don't go Gaze if you don't have access to like Grifo or something that can access this. So what you would do is you would add Multiplying Kuriboh instead. Now, because I have this, I can actually draw 3, which gives me a higher chance to like draw into something. So I actually just add Gaze. Then we're going to activate this, set a punishment, normal summon this, draw 3. Okay, this, I think... Okay, so we discarded these 2. I should have kept the spell and actually got rid of the Awakening the Dragon. Because I wanted to actually link into the... What do you call it? The Contract Witch, so that I can add a ritual spell. I mean, a ritual monster. So, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have sent this spell here. We're going to shuffle these 3 so that we can summon this, and then we can go into Little Knight, and then we can set pass. So we have Dragoon. We have Dragoon's going to be activatable in a second because we can actually spin this back to the hand and then discard it after we get to Luster Soldier. Which Luster Soldier is also an interruption, so 2 interruptions, and then we have Little Knight, 3 interruptions. We have Grifo, 4 interruptions. Chaos can be triggered, so I would count this as 5 interruptions because they will probably target you at some point. Punishment is 2 interruptions, so that's 7 interruptions. Then Nib is 8 interruptions. Yeah, so we have 8 interruptions off of this. Also, when we Nib, we can actually get this in the grave so that we can send a ritual spell, and then we can add the other ritual so that we can have both rituals in the hand, which is going to be actually very good. Yep. So opponent is on the same build, Dark Magician. He actually has Harpy's Feather Duster in hand. So we're going to go for this early. Very important that you guys do this. You can see he has Harpy here. He's going to activate this. We're going to chain summon this so that we can turn on our Dragoon. And then we can banish this at the same time as well. And he only plays one, so this is, he has to use the Chaos to shuffle it back. And then he's gonna go Souls, send this. This card's actually quite annoying. You guys are gonna see. I didn't know what it does until now. I do this now so that I can turn on my Chaos Hats. So I banish these two, and then I activate Grifo. He actually draws into Ash, which is quite annoying. And he draws into Rod. That was such a good draw. So he's gonna shuffle back my the card I banished with Little Knight, which is my Chaos, and then we are gonna negate him with Dragoon. There's a play that comes up here, which, thinking back, I think I should have done something differently, but let's see. So he's gonna attack over Little Knight. I don't actually care about this. This right here. So I actually negate this with Chaos Hats. Thinking back, what would this have done? It would have destroyed my Waking the Dragon, which I haven't used Punishment yet, which means I can just summon the Naturia Exterior and then win the duel. You actually just win, like, after that. I'm pretty sure you just win. What's he gonna do? Like, how does he continue off the... He just can't. And then it would also trigger Mystic Box to summon the other ritual, so that I can add a spell back, which the spell would just be like the Chaos Hats or the Mystic Box back to the hand. And yeah, we'd lose the punishment. So we would lose the Chaos Hats, punishment, Mystic Box. So you lose 3 interruptions, and the trap card. And in return, you actually get Naturia Exterior, which is infinite negates, and you get the other ritual. And then on the following turn, my friend would have a banish face down with the ritual, and a Naturia Exterior. And yeah, that's just ridiculous. It's so powerful. But yeah, we choose to actually just Chaos Hats here. I actually did think about the play, I just chose not to do it. So we're gonna go Chaos Hats here. Our Chaos Hats, by the way, was not activatable until he activated Chaos to like shuffle the ritual spell back, because I did not have enough spells. I had two spells with different names to set from the deck. So he actually helped me out when he did that. So he's gonna go into this, add this back. Now this can actually activate again because I negated it with Dragoon, and I was aware that he could activate another one, but I had to negate it. Otherwise, he would just go into like some crazy stuff because he plays Dark Magician. He's not on Chaos, so I know he can add other things other than Gaze of Timaeus, and he could also just have Gaze of Timaeus in his hand, which means I would be giving him free Dark Magician to go into D-Mod, and then he gets like so much value off of this. So I just had to like negate this. Now this is I did not know about this. So I targeted the wrong card by accident. I was supposed to target this and then send a... Where is it? Send a Cloud Base so I can spin this back. Instead, I accidentally target this because I was playing fast. And this actually triggers him now, or her, I guess. And then this says, level 7 or higher spellcaster monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. And it revives from the grave when you target. So yeah, you basically I just basically wasted this for no reason. And I locked myself out of the extra deck, so I can't even like Waking the Dragon if he pops it. So that was like a very bad play on my end. So he's gonna target us here. We're gonna shuffle it back to the hand, and then we're gonna go into Mystic Box of Chaos to pop something. We just pop the Rod because other cards just can't be popped. And then he is gonna banish our ritual spell with the circle. And then he's going to set the field spell, which sets a True Light. And then he goes into the Cyber Switch, sends the field spell to add a Illusion of Chaos. And then Illusion is going to... Yeah, this card helps Dark Magician a lot, as you can see. Like, adding Illusion of Chaos is just so powerful. So he tries to fuse here. I would think he was going into, like, Dragoon, maybe. Or maybe like this, to, like, revive something. But I had to nib regardless. So then he can actually still summon this and banish 2. And yeah, comes back to my friend's turn. Like, what is this deck? What even is this? Linear equation? Really? Also, this guy, I just have no idea what he was doing. Like, I told him, okay, bro, use the ritual spell. And then you can add back, what was it that I told him to add? I think it was Mystic Box, because he had Dark Circle, and he had Dark Magician Engrave. As you can see, like, he has this Dark Magician and the D-Mod, which now, he can then use the Circle to banish something, and he starts using Ruin cards. What are you doing? Why? We have this face down. You could flip this face up, and then attempt to attack forcing him to activate this, which then you can just, hit him with a Mystic Box of Chaos. So this just made zero sense to me. And the thing is, like, you're probably wondering, okay, well, you spin this back to your hand, you can't, like, summon it back. You add the ritual spell back to your hand, right? This adds back to the hand plus Mystic Box of Chaos, which means you can banish anything from the grave to resummon it. And then you also get a free banish. So once again, my partner throwing these duels for no reason. And the other thing is this. This had to shuffle back his resources. So he had this plus this. I need to shuffle. Well, he needed to shuffle these two back. And then, is there anything else worth shuffling? I guess like our own cards. You can shuffle, Little Knight back if you don't play Little Knight, I guess. But we're locked out of extra deck, so this doesn't matter. You can just shuffle anything back, doesn't matter. As long as we hit these two cards. So, yeah, he starts using runic cards, so now we can't even, like, attempt the battle phase play, which would force him to, like, actually use this, because you would be attacking over this, destroys it, and then gains 45, attack over this one as well, and then whenever he activates this, he's just going to get destroyed, right? Also, Mystic Box actually can be ashed, so it still wouldn't matter, because now this would, I also forgot, this would also pop. So he has to ash this. So when we spin this back to the hand, when he targets with this, we are going to get ashed most likely. And then it's still going to be in the hand, and we can do the same thing. Otherwise, we would also get a free pop on the token, or like the Eternal Souls. Now, Eternal Soul, once it's face up, as soon as it's destroyed, it's game over. Because it's going to destroy all his monsters, right? And this is only activated effects from your opponent, not your own cards. So there's like a lot of things to think about here. Also, not sure why he didn't pop this again. Now, if he had just added the Mystic Box earlier, he could have done all that. But he does this, look how late he does this. Like, why did he use the Runic... This is also another thing. I think he used Runic Destruction for no reason. Oh, yeah, he did. Okay, I just completely missed that because I was yapping about something else. He used Runic Destruction on this, which can't be destroyed because of the Chaos Magician. Look how many misplays are being made. So that, the opponents actually stand a chance. We should have won this like a long time ago. So, yeah, he should have waited for this to flip face up, and then you pop it with the Runic Destruction. It nukes their entire board, and then you can just win. You don't have a battle phase, but we would just overwhelm the hell out of him, right? Okay, so now he's gonna banish us. He just got a free banish for no reason. Now our luster is just gone, and then he's gonna ash his card, which this could have not eaten ash, right? The Mystic Box would have ate the ash. Yeah, and then we just lose here because of our horrible teammate. He activates Mystic Box of Chaos. It's literally too late. It doesn't even matter. It tries to pop this again. Like, what is even going on? Okay. Let's move on to the other one. Now you can see like our deck performed really well, but our partner obviously messed it up. So this is against Magnets. We are going first. No, we're going first for our team, at least. Our team is actually playing heroes, which is quite interesting. Yes, Fusion, Destiny, Furnace, and Foolish Burial. Not bad, but also like the Neos kind of sucks in your hand. What's his top deck, actually? It's Mist. That's really unlucky, because Foolish Burial is dead. So this guy is really toxic. He goes into Naturia Beast, puts up a negate before he like does anything. He's playing Emancipators. Now imagine Block Dragon was not banned. Oh my god. Like, this deck would just be unbelievable. So he actually uses, I think, Proxy Magician in a second to go into the Flare Wingman, which like what? who thinks of this shit? And then he shuffles 5 back, draws 2. Awesome. So let's see what he has. We're going again. Does this look like a brick to you? We have turn 0 plays with these. Like, we have so much, and even going first, we have we're gonna like out our opponent in second. Which is a bit crazy to say, considering what he has. He has, like... Let's actually count them. So he has IP Masquerena to go into Little Knight, so that's 2 interruptions. This is a Monster Negate, 3 interruptions. This is a Banish from the grave, I think. Yep, that's another interruption because it can hit like whatever you're trying to get back with the ritual spell, and it can hit like multiple cards, which are good. So it's 4 interruptions, infinite negate. So we should probably just say infinite interruptions because of this. This card's ridiculous. But we'll just count this as 1 interruption, even though it's not. It's much more than that. So 5 interruptions. And then he can do his like magnet stuff, which I would think is like 3 or 4 interruptions. And then this, I guess, also like does something. I'm just gonna say like 3 to 4 interruptions in addition to that. So maybe like around 8 to 10 interruptions, something like around that. Let's just say 8 interruptions, right? So he's gonna get our Grifo, and then this is gonna trigger our multiplying Grifo. Now we have to be very careful as to how we use our cards because his board is really powerful against our hand at the moment. So I actually normal summon Grifo to go into Little Knight, and then Little Knight would force his cards out, right? So we're gonna activate. He's gonna activate Masquerena because I was attempting Battle Phase to swing over the Masquerena. And now he uses Masquerena, which makes me use SP to banish these two. And now this is gonna force him to activate this to pop our Little Knight. Now, I actually, believe it or not, I don't care too much about the Naturia Beast at the moment. This is the card I care about, because I don't want him to pop my trap card. So he's gonna summon his monsters. Now, the thing about Magnus is they have to summon a lot. So my my goal here is actually to force him to summon 5 times. And then the Nib is gonna blow him out. So he's gonna banish our Grifo. Was that the right play? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. We didn't have anything good in grave. And then we're going to use the swordsman to add a chaos. We're going to send this to the grave, add the ritual spell. This cannot negate the effect of spells, but it can negate the activation of spells. So the effect is going to still go through. Now, I actually did this intentionally. I know he can negate this, but the goal was actually to add this back and then get this in grave, so this is unaffected. Big brain plays, right? So he's gonna activate this, and now boom, that's 5 summons. And now we are gonna nib him, and he's gonna chain Little Knight, which actually doesn't matter. You guys are gonna see how broken like Chaos is. So we just destroy his entire board, which was like infinite interruptions. Now we activate Chaos, and we shuffle back these two. That's the thing about Chaos versus Little Knight. Now, if you banish with Little Knight to like save yourself or whatever, Chaos just shuffles you back. It just doesn't matter. So, Little Knight is probably gonna hurt you more than it helps you in the mirror match, which is why I think it's probably better to not go Little Knight in the mirror match, unless you know how to use it and you just don't banish your cards, you banish your opponents, right? So, I think we actually also shuffle back our own Little Knight. What did we shuffle back? I think we shuffled back our own, the other Grifo in our graveyard. So now we summon this by shuffling our ritual, and then this is non-target banish 2. And we banish the token and the spell, and then we go into D-Mod, add a multiplying Kribo because we already have Gaze. Also, multiplying Kribo is just overall better here. And yeah, we're gonna activate this to go into the Dragoon right away. He is on Fiendsmith. Is this Fiendsmith control? Yeah, I think it's actually Fiendsmith control. Wow, with Biz Seals. So we're gonna summon Dragoon. We're gonna add. He's gonna hit us with a Ghost Ogre. This is very, very bad. Like very bad. Because now I do lose out on Grifo. I have to negate this with a Dragoon. Yep, and we have to just go for the ritual without the Grifo. Now, okay, so what happened here is I actually did not scoop. I don't know what happened. The connection just got lost for no reason, and then we had to like join back. There's no reason for me to scoop anyway because I can literally spin back Nibiru, which is gonna be insane here, and summon this, which is gonna be a free banish. And then how do they out Dragoon, by the way? How does Fiendsmith control out Dragoon? They can't. This is gonna banish in the end phase, so it's gonna stay until the end phase. They can't really do anything, and I still have a fat nib in my hand. And then I can also like use the chaos on the following turn, or at least my friend can use it to like shuffle back his resources, his Fiendsmith cards, and all that, and then he can add back with the ritual spell, and we would just win, right? And he is playing heroes as well, so he's not locked into anything. I never used punishment, never used Harmonia, so our teammate would just win. So yeah, very crazy that you can even do this. That you can just spin back your Nibiru on the following turn to summon Lesser Soldier. Yeah, very broken deck. Definitely like has to be like tier 1 or something. So this is Darklords plus Arcana Force. Okay, that's kind of crazy. He has Nib in hand. Does this look like a brick hand to you? I just don't know who came up with the idea that this deck bricks, because it just literally doesn't. I don't know why I keep having to say this every duel, which is every video, which is crazy. So we're gonna actually, instead of going for the Chaos line with like the Cartesia into Gragonol, we already have the Swordsman, so we can just straight up add the Thunderbolt, which is gonna go crazy. So we're gonna summon the Dogmatica Thunderbolt. We're gonna set a punishment, and now we can go for the Mind Shuffle. We are locked into level 8 Fusion and Synchros. It was worth it, I think, to like send the Albion to the grave so that we get access to the Fallen of the Virtuous instead of being able to link summon if we had normal summoned the Albaz instead. So he's got Nibus here, which is completely fine. Like, Nib doesn't actually do anything. It literally does nothing. We're gonna banish him face down, go into Diamond. We're gonna add Gaze of Timaeus, and then we're gonna shuffle back the Albaz, 3 Brave Sword Souls, and the Ritual Chaos. And then I literally did not mean to normal summon this, but it's not going to make a difference. This is just going to make this activatable like faster. So we're going to add back the Ecclesia. So here's what we have. We have this to add Grifo for a Chaos Hats, which we can make room for. We have Punishment, 2 interruptions. We have Dragoon, which can also discard this to turn this into a Steal or Pop instead of just Pop. Which again, this is also a 5th interruption. We have Mind Shuffle to add a Lesser Soldier, 6 interruptions, and then we also, so we actually have a Multiplying Kribo as well, which we can use to reduce the opponent, and then add Follow-Up in addition to this one, right? You know what? I think actually normal summoning this was the correct play. Because you can only summon 1 from your hand, and this can only summon from grave or deck, so it would be a dead card in my hands. So me doing this means I can add Grifo with this, and then I can summon this to also reduce the opponent. Which is going to be useful if the opponent tries to like out me by battle, because they do have a 5,000 attack monster. This one? Is it this one? I think so. It can go up to 5k. So yeah. So this is actually the guy we were playing with like the previous duel. So he's on heroes. Cool. So we're gonna go into Dragoon early, and then we're gonna add with Mind Shuffle, and then he actually ashes us. This is why you always go Gaze. I'm glad actually he did this, so you guys can see why I always go Dragoon first. I need the Lesser Soldier because it's just better than Dragoon. Having an unaffected, cannot be destroyed by battle monster that also gets a free banish is just insane. So we're gonna discard the Ecclesia, add the Chaos, and then the Chaos is gonna add the Lesser. Cool, and then he goes Dark Ruler no more. Awesome. So we lost only 1 interruption actually, because we already used the Dragoon. And this doesn't actually matter because I already have another one. So me normal summoning this was, still like a decent play. It doesn't matter. So because he has 2 cards in hand, he actually gets rid of Malicious, which I'm planning on banishing with the Lesser Soldier. This is quite threatening because if he sends Mist and his hand is not great, that would be a problem for me, right? And I can't punish this right now. So what I do is I actually just revive from grave first, so that we can get to level 8, and then I punish. So now I do actually send this for my teammate on the following turn, so that he can use it with the Albion. And now we have a level 8, so that we can spin it back and summon the Lesser Soldier, because otherwise we actually have nothing to spin back. So I had to like revive from grave here. And you know what's crazy? Heroes actually also have a hard time outing the Lesser Soldier, especially if you have access to like Grifo and like the Mystic Box. It can make it really hard for them to like do anything. So we're gonna banish him, knowing he has Ferrous that he can use. We're gonna add a Grifo, and then Grifo can actually also protect us from battle damage if we need to. But realistically, there is only really from off the top of my head at the moment. I think the only out for them to this is the Sunrise. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I guess Neoslord would be crazy here. Yeah, Neoslord can target me and then steal the Luster Soldier forever. That would be very bad. I can still spin it back, summon this, and dodge it, but I would have to use this on the following turn, and it's going to be my teammate's turn. So I guess if he had a way to summon this, that would be bad for me. Otherwise, it's usually just Sunrise. Actually, what am I talking about? Mystic Box stops this. Yep. So Sunrise and the Neoslord get stopped by the Mystic Box, which I have access to. So I was waiting for the battle phase for when he summons the Sunrise and tries to swing over me. I would set a Mystic Box, and then when he targets, I would spin this back, pop a monster he controls, and then I would just not summon anything. I actually can't summon anything. I don't have any targets. And yeah, that would just protect us. Otherwise, he just has no out to this. There's nothing. I guess Plasma, but let's see if he actually... I can't see if he plays Plasma. Let's wait for him to add first. Okay, he does play Plasma. Okay, that's his out. And in the case where we actually can't die because he used Dark Ruler no more, so I know I can't take any damage this turn. So he goes into Infernal Rage. I'm not sure if he actually misplays here, because I think he goes into the... So after Sunrise, he goes into the Thunder, Voltic Thunder. Goes for Dark Claw, and then summons Voltic Thunder, which doesn't actually make sense to me, because you're going to nuke your own board, right? Like, what? So this actually helps me, because now I have room to actually set a Chaos Hats. And I know you have nothing. So these don't even get banished, because it pops your own Dark Claw at the same time. So now I can set a Chaos Hats, and I know this is favorite contact. And now it's my teammate's turn. Cool. So he's also on a Ritual deck, which is cool, because I did lock him out of the extra deck with Punishment, as you can see. So he goes favorite contact. Contact can't stop the Luster Soldier. I also told him to add this back to the hand, because this is gonna go just crazy. This is a warrior as well, so you can actually shuffle this back to summon the what do you call it? The Magical Swordsman, which is quite insane. But he doesn't do that because he wants to summon his Ritual, which does nothing. Our Swordsman would have just outed his entire board and actually put up game like this turn, I think. So, not really sure why he did this, to be honest. Yeah, he... sorry guys, my teammates always suck. Not always, actually. There's a couple people who have been like very good. Like the Starman is actually pretty decent. So let's see what he has. He has Purification with no target. He has Chaos Hats is mine, but it's not even activatable because he summoned these. Ritual Flight in Dark doesn't do anything. He has Nib, Droll and Lockbird, and a Omni Negates. Anything else? I guess he had these, but like, why did he not use it on... I mean, actually, you know what? It's probably better that he didn't use it. Now, the Shining Neo Swingman can't be spun back because of favorite contact. But, yeah, you don't want to use it on Voltic Thunder. So he's going to Droll him here, and actually Droll turns off his turn, because Droll is very powerful. He's going to swing over this, can't swing over this again. We top deck this, awesome. I actually told him to, like, if he's not going to summon the Swordsman, to actually put the trap for me for the following turn, because both my traps are on the grave. But he didn't do that. Again, like, I just don't know what to say, guys. Like, my teammates suck. So we're going to go for this. We're going to go into 3 Brave Sword Souls. We obviously added the Ecclesia back in the last turn, and then we're going to put the Mind Shuffle back on the field, and then we can add these 2 back. Now we can Ritual Summon, and we have multiple ways to add this. So we can actually negate it and then destroy it. Again, why this card is so good, because the sequencing is very relevant. So this can't just get outed by it. And we can also banish it face down, which I think is what I'm going to do. We add back Gaze of Timaeus. This is very important, because we're going to lethal the opponent this turn. Can you believe this? Like, this deck, on top of all the things it's doing, it can put up 16,000 damage in one turn. That's just Tenpai. It's Tenpai on crack, right? So we're gonna summon this again. Why? Thunderbolt is also very good. You can just summon it from your hand, which is for free. We're gonna attack, attack, attack. This is gonna be very close, so it's gonna be 550, and then we're gonna activate Gaze of Timaeus and swing for game. This is why we add back the Gaze of Timaeus. Very important that you like think about like these plays, and know that you have game or not before you do like a play that is not gonna be game. Okay, so now we are. Okay, so actually this guy, I think he watches my videos. This guy also has a Chaos deck that he does play, but in this case he's playing Dark Magician instead. Let's actually see his deck. This guy's quite cool. Whoa, Ogre. Where did that come from? Okay, called by, he is playing Valor. How many Valors is he playing actually? Only one Valor, interesting. Can he actually search the Valor? I'm not actually sure. Fallen the Virtuous. Okay, and how many vanilla? He plays 2 vanilla Dark Magicians. I'm not sure, like, maybe that's how Dark Magician players play Dark Magician. I'm not sure. But yeah, 2 is obviously brickier, at least, than 1. So, opponent is on Red-Eyes. Is it just Red-Eyes? Red-Eyes with, like, some Bestials, I guess. Okay. This deck was well like against hand traps unless it gets like ashed. Actually, can it even get ashed? It can't. Okay. You can ash the trap, but they can put like multiple traps. So we're gonna go first. Again, does this look like a bricked hand to you? No, it doesn't. This does not look like a bricked hand. Awesome. So he summons a Red-Eyes Full Metal and then summons this. This is a double pop on monsters. This is a Omni Negate plus Burn. I don't know if this does anything. Max Metalmorph and Flame Metamorph are basically just giving them protection. So this is saying cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And this says it cannot be destroyed by spell or monster effects. Also, opponent cannot target it with monster effects or spell effects. So they have a lot of protection, but like we have this to banish it. We have the unaffected swordsman that can just banish both. So we're gonna special summon the Ecclesia. He's gonna summon this, which actually says you can activate Metalmorph Trust the turn they were set. So if he has a way to actually set another one, he can just activate it. So here's what I do. I actually activate Harmonia to pop him. And then the main reason is not to pop him. The main reason is to actually send the Melong so that I can spin this back to the hand. And then he gets to pop this, which is completely fine. I'm gonna play around that in a second. He activates this to target it. I don't think this does anything. It can suck up something I control. So we're gonna special summon Cartesia and then normal summon this. Very important that we actually do this because if he tries to suck me up, I can just chain Cartesia and then fuse into Granganol. Yep, we can fuse into Granganol, but it's not gonna be activatable, which is fine. This is mainly like a dodge more than anything. He actually negates it. He was threatened by a draw 3. So he burns for 25, but stays on the field, which means I can just use it instead of the Albaz to go into the 3 Brave Sword Souls. And then I can target and destroy this. Now, thinking back, should I have done this or got rid of this instead? Because this, I actually did not even know it was an interruption until later. So I think I should have gotten rid of this instead and then kept this on the field. We're going to summon the Thunderbolt, set a punishment, and then we're going to go into SP, no effect, and then we are going to Magna Hut, which he actually has a Sereneer to stop us. Now, we would have added a Harmonia, which would have been great here. But yeah, he sucks up our Cartesia. He was waiting for Cartesia so we don't go into the Granganol. Use the effect. And then he goes Raigeki, Nukas, set to pass. Parallel Exceed. What even is this? This is a Kaiju Crusadia deck. Isn't this deck supposed to like OTK? So we're gonna activate this. He's gonna negate. This was bait so that I can use punishment. In the end phase, I go punishment to pop this, and then we can send Entus and pop one of his backers. Unfortunately, we actually pop this instead of the Imperm. But this helps our teammates out here. Now, we actually, I think, could have... No, never mind. Okay. So teammates on Dark Magician, we top deck this, I think, which is a very good top deck. He's gonna go Circle, Bond between teacher and student. Okay, summons this. Okay, let's actually check here. We don't have Chaos Engrave, so he couldn't use that. No ritual spell, quite unfortunate. He actually also is locked, by the way, out of like using monster effects, aside from Synchros from the extra deck. And then in addition to that, he is locked out of the extra deck completely because of punishment. So this is why he actually doesn't like go into demod or do anything. Sets a secret. I'm not sure you should set first. You should keep them in your hand and then set after. So he's gonna attack for 23, and then I'm not sure what happened here. I guess we win. Okay. So this is the first game actually, and we were again teaming up. So again, does this look like a brick hand to you? Now I choose to play around Joel and Lockbird, but I can choose not to by like just setting a Mystic Box or Chaos Hats, and then I can activate this to put the trap, which would be obviously the better play because it would give you a lot more, but it plays badly into Joel and Lockbird. And it's like, which one do you want to play around? So we're going to activate the ritual, we're going to summon the Black Chaos, go into the Demod, and then Demod's going to add a Gaze of Timaeus, and then we're going to summon this, set a punishment. You guys see the value of punishment, right? You guys see how powerful it is. It does lock you out of the extra deck. It's mainly hurting my teammates, but like we're still winning. So, so even with no extra deck, this deck is just soloing the opponent. So we're gonna go Little Knight. Now, was going Little Knight the correct play? Punishment, Fallen the Virtuous. We don't have Ecclesia, so we can't revive. Gaze of Timaeus. This. We don't have a monster to spin back to our hand. So maybe not going Little Knight would have been better. So that we can also have Chaos Hats activatable on this. Yeah, did we really need to add this? I feel like we could have just added the Chaos and then like got this anyway, instead of having two rituals. Yeah, I don't think that was the correct play. I mean, I can still access Chaos Hats. It's just that I don't have a monster to spin back. So, yeah, I should have done that. Linking it to SP was not the correct play. So we're gonna add a Chaos. We are gonna add a Black Chaos now from the deck to the hand. He also stops our Gaze of Timaeus because he had a Bestial. And then we're gonna activate the Multiplying Karibo. We're gonna summon a Grifo to turn on our Chaos Hats. And then he sets Max Metal Morph. We're gonna set a Chaos Hats here, and then we are gonna SP this, so he doesn't go into Fiendsmith. I wasn't sure if he had Fiendsmith. I guess he doesn't. But this says you can declare one other monster type. This becomes that type until the end of the turn. And it's already a light, so it would become Light Fiend, and then you can do a Fiendsmith combo. So we don't want that to happen. So he actually attempts Battle Phase. I do pop him with Punishment here. I don't want him swinging over my Grifo. I want the Chaos Hats to still be alive. We Chaos Hats the pot here because it's too powerful. There's actually, I think there's a bug with like the Chaos Hats effect. I'm not sure if it's a bug with the game or the card itself. When Chaos Hats sets these cards, and it like pretends to actually shuffle them, which it should be shuffling, right? In reality, it actually does not shuffle them. So you can see Grifo's in the same place. Mind Shuffle, Waking Dragon, they're all in the same place. Which means every time, even against the opponents, when they use Chaos Hats against me, I always target the same spot they were in, or he set them in, and it's always the same card. So, yeah. You see he pops the Grifo here. I guess maybe he knew as well, that's why he popped the Grifo. And then he sets 2 and passes. Awesome. So, teammate doesn't have a extra deck here. Unfortunately, he's on Rescue Ace. I actually thought he was on Chaos as well, which is why I use Punishment. He has double interruption with this, and then the field is quite clogged up. Now there are some plays we could have made better here in a second. So we'll go over them. So we'll see like how this could have played out to like favor us. So our field is completely clogged up because of my Chaos Hats. So he is gonna pop his trap card, which is fine. I do tell him to like flip them face up. I forgot this actually can't trigger if it like crashes. It has to be like an effect. This can trigger though, but he doesn't have any targets in his deck because he's playing Rescue Ace. So he should have flipped up the Mind Shuffle as well. And then what he should have done is actually crush this, and maybe even also the Mind Shuffle. So he has room to actually play the game, right? And if he gets access to the Turbulence, he can set 4, and then he can do a lot of stuff. But he only swings with 1, and then goes Hydrant, and then passes. Also, I think he should have also used the Chaos I have in Grave. Yep, to shuffle back some of his resources as well. Is there anything worth even shuffling? No, there isn't. Okay, maybe that's why he didn't use it, actually. That makes sense. But I think he still should have used the Ritual Spell. This would have helped us out a lot, because you can set a Chaos Hats after you add it back, or you can just add, I guess, anything else that you can use. We don't have access to the Rituals, actually. But yeah, we have 2 anyway, so him adding 1 back to the hand is not going to matter too much. So yeah. He's going to add back my Grifo back to the hand here. And then he is going to go set Fallen Virtues with the Albion, and then he is going to SP him. Cool. SP comes back. Okay. We do make a couple misplays here. Now, okay. Is this worth ashing? I would say no. I think this is, first of all, not once per turn. Second of all, if he has Resonator Call, he's playing Resonators. This deck got some very good support. Now they have a lot of starters. My most hated card, Soul Resonator. Just never play this in Chaos ever. He has this as a starter. He has this. He has Bone Archfiend to extend. He has lots of plays. So I don't think this is the correct Ash here. Now he can chain to pop us, and then he chains Multiplying Karibo instead of SP. I think he should have chained SP here, because SP would force him to activate another one of these. Actually, is he activating 2? I'm not sure. No, he's only activating it on this. So you would force him to activate it again, and then you would activate the Multiplying Karibo to add back the Grifo to the hand. So he's adding this back to the hand now, and he basically still has another pop, right? Which is why we should have done that play. So he goes Soul Resonator, Bone Archfiend sends this, and then he can... Okay, so we're gonna choose... Okay, I think I told him actually to do this, to pop the Resonator. And then he has another Extender in hand. So now he goes into Red Rising Dragon. He has a level 8 Synchro, so he can... Whoa, okay. That's like a junk speeder, what the hell? Goes into Supernova Dragon. That's kind of crazy, okay. So he's gonna summon the Power Vice Dragon. Now we don't actually have any plays here. We just need to survive till my turn. And we actually have a way to survive, and it's the Grifo. But I think he made like a misclick or misplay, I'm not sure, in a second. So he spins back the Mystic Box of Chaos. He shouldn't have done that, because now we don't have a way to like protect us from lethal damage if he has a way to put that up. Grifo was protecting us because we can activate it to make any like battle damage we take, the next battle damage, 0. So if he attacks with this, which is absolutely huge, we just make it 0, right? So he's gonna target, send this to the grave. Cool. And then goes Crimson Call. Yeah. he just has like so much here. And the thing is, with the Resonator stuff, is he can actually flip us face down and then nuke the entire field with the Archfiend, which is what's scary and why I was afraid of him like OTKing us here. But I guess we got lucky that he couldn't actually kill us. So the Grifo play didn't make that much of a difference here. But yeah, we could have just prevented a lot of damage as well. He goes into Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Also, I think that's why I told him to like pop the other card, because I don't want him to go into Archfiend. This is a very threatening card. So it's our turn now. We're going to activate Ecclesia of the Black Dragon to shuffle this back, because this is very, very annoying. I need to get to this out here before I use my Mind Shuffle. And then we're going to go Mind Shuffle, discard the Chaos after we add this one, and then we summon this, and then this is non-target banish 2. So we're going to activate this to non-target banish 2. Awesome. And then he chains to banish, which is fine. We're going to summon a Luster Soldier now, and then banish his back row. And then he is going to do this. We're going to Bestial him. Cool, and then we can add follow-up. He Bestials our Multiplying Karibo. Interesting. Now we activate Chaos. This was a misplay. I actually did not even realize until literally right now, this very second. I'm not sure why I shuffled these back, because I should have shuffled back his Supernova Dragon, so it doesn't come back. That was completely on me. That was not the right play. Okay. So now he still has access to the Supernova, which is quite threatening if it comes back. So it's going to go Archfiend, Resummon, and then we can just attack over everything. We can trigger this as well to add this, and now we have both rituals. And we can add a Harmonia. Awesome. So we can add a Grifo now as well, and then I'm not sure if we have a target with Grifo actually. Let's see if we have Chaos Hats. Chaos Hats is not here. Mystic Box is in the deck. We can set a Mystic Box. So we're going to spin this back so that we can summon this in defense, because we only have 1,000 life points at this point. He's going to try to swing over us, which actually wouldn't have mattered because we have Grifo in hand just in case to protect us from any like battle damage that would inflict lethal. And then if he activates anything, we can spin this back to summon this, which is going to be indestructible, right? So he's going to activate. We're going to Harmonia to pop him. Cool. And then we can spin this back. This was actually not activatable, but us spinning this back made it activatable. Cool. So now we can just spin this back and summon Luster Soldier. I don't think we actually used the effect yet. So we can banish his back row, which is the max Metal Morph, and then he can just add a Flame Metal Morph instead. And then this comes back. This should not have come back, which means he would only have the Flame, nothing else. So this is completely on me. So he goes into an Omni Negate here. Goes Battle Phase. Why? Oh, okay, I think I told him to go Battle Phase, actually. And then I realized there's no reason to go Battle Phase, because this can actually protect him by battle. It's still useful to go Battle Phase, but maybe, thinking back, there could have been better plays. It's not the worst play ever, because this still, like, force him to, like, negate, I guess. Not negate, but, like, it can be destroyed now. Not sure why he set Imperm. Could have kept it in hand, in case he, like, goes Supernova. You know what happens here? We can check his Supernova, I think. Yep, just like this. So I tell him to activate the Ritual spell to add back the Black Chaos. And these are like some like really crazy plays that we're making here. So basically whenever he activates Supernova, we can actually go Mind Shuffle, spin this back, summon this, which means he actually just can't banish our spells and traps now. Pretty crazy play, right? So he just banishes the one Rescue Ace, which doesn't matter, and then he can add a spell back. Let's see what spells we have. We obviously should have a lot. We can add Fallen of the Virtuous, Chaos Hats, and stuff. We actually should have won here. I think he does like make a couple misplays as well, which does cost us the duel. But let's just go over like what happens exactly. So he adds Fallen of the Virtuous, which is the correct play here, and then he is gonna flip him face down, go into this. Now, first of all, I don't know if he has any fires. He does have one. Okay, so he can revive his fire. This is not a misplay. This is fine. But what's coming after is a misplay. So he is gonna activate this. I do remember now to make him get rid of Supernova. So we did. Supernova never actually mattered that much because we just played around it. So we can shuffle it back so it doesn't come back next turn, and then we can banish him face down. And then he goes into Prometheus. Now this is what makes us lose the duel. I think he thought that we had a Rescue Ace monster on the board, and then he realized, oh shit, we don't actually have one. So Promethean actually just makes us lose the duel, literally, because now we can't activate Mystic Box to summon this. We're locked into fires. We can't Fall in the Virtuous to revive or do anything. We basically just can't summon anything. We're locked out of summoning completely. Also, when he activated the Chaos, he should have shuffled back the Albion and or the Ecclesia of the White Dragon, because he doesn't actually have one. And I think he actually was playing them in the deck. Not sure where it is. Maybe it's in my extra deck, actually. So yeah, he should have shuffled back the Albion to turn on the Fallen and the Virtue. So we actually lose out on literally all of our interruptions, except the Imperm. So Promethean really messed us up here. And yeah, we basically just lose because of Promethean. Now, I'm not like the biggest fan of Promethean. I think, and I'm like traumatized because of Snake Eyes. But yeah. Regardless though, I think like the duel was still amazing. We also got to like make some crazy plays, and you guys also like get to see what the deck is capable of. And at the same time, like, you know, he is also still like learning the deck. He's not like a pro or anything. So okay, look at this, guys. How big is this gonna be? 15,000. What the hell? That's insane. We obviously could have won if we just had the interruptions, but you know, this board is very scary. I'm just thinking, like, if I had to go second against this deck, against this end board, I mean, would I be able to break this? I mean, the answer is yes, but this is quite nasty. Like, he has a negate with this, or a pop, and then he has targeting negate for our trap card. He has Omni negate with this, and then he can obviously like get rid of these and do something else. Shining Star Dragon is also an interruption because it can revive a dragon from grave and then summon itself and still synchro. That's quite ridiculous. Yeah, and then they do 13,000 and they win. GG. That was actually a very fun duel. I did enjoy that. And yeah, we'll just call it here. Also, shout out to the guy who I was playing with. He was really cool. Yeah, so you guys get to see like how good this deck is. And if you still think this deck is bricky, I just don't know what to tell you. If you play a Resonator, you might as well just, you know, delete the deck, because Resonator just sucks. That card's horrible. Never play that card. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I always love reading you guys' comments. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.